In this video I'm going to speak about something that is quite difficult and hard to speak about. It was an experience that happened to me this summer during a trip I did to a city here in Sweden, and I was sleeping away. The day was kind of odd in a way. I was having a theological conversation with a friend about people who can lose their faith without noticing it, which is a quite scary thought. What more happened? I slept during the day, a few hours I think. In the evening I went to a gym, and this was not a good combination. I had a hard time to fall asleep, so I was laying in bed praying, and the whole week was kind of what you say. It was we had a lot of it had a lot of theological content, so to speak, this particular week or days. I started to pray in the middle of the night. I was praying for forgiveness for sins which I made many years ago, and which continued to occur in my memory. I think a lot of people will recognize this pattern, that you ask for forgiveness many times for the same sin, which might be a sign of a weak faith, which could still be a faith, of course, but there I was. But the strange thing that happened this night was that I felt it was a vision and a feeling at the same time, but I felt that God abandoned me, and I saw an image at the same time. It was like a shaft inside of a mountain. You can think about some kind of throat, almost like a large throat going like downwards inside a big cold mountain. So that was the vision at the same time as I felt this abandonment from God. I felt that God left me, and it was a terrifying feeling. The strange thing was, though, that I didn't panic, which was quite close. It was quite close that I would panic, but I didn't. I was so terrified that I had lost my faith without knowing it. And I saw this image, which was this stone throat, so to speak, or shaft inside of a mountain. And it stayed for me. I don't know. I don't know, because I didn't look at the watch or anything. Could have been minutes or more. Could have been half an hour. I don't remember. It happened in the middle of the night, and this vision and the feeling was there. And I thought, of course, about Christ on the cross, how terrifying it must have felt for him. And it also occurred when I was praying for forgiveness for old, severe sins. So I thought that God now showed me the truth about two things, or things which I'm not sure what it was, but my thought was maybe that this was a vision that God gave me, a vision picturing hell, which is abandonment from God, but a definite form, and where people are conscious also that they are abandoned. It's not like you lose your faith and you don't know it. It is people in hell. They know that they are there, and they know that they're there for eternity. So, but what I mean is this feeling of abandonment. it was very strange that it happened during prayer, which could be an intimate form of communication, that you feel God's presence. But here it was the opposite for a long time, and I was very scared. And I thought that, okay, I'm going to this place, which I see in my vision. This is a picture of where me and others are going. So I continued to pray. And time passed. And what happened next? Well, I couldn't fall asleep. And even less so after this terrifying vision and connected feelings. Objectively, I thought that my sins are forgiven, but they will not be forgiven if I don't believe it. And I was sure that God now, or I wasn't sure, but I thought that maybe God now shows me how abandoned I am in reality. So it was quite serious. Couldn't think of anything more serious, actually. And this happened I saw this image for a long time and had these feelings for a long time. And I thought that it's so terrible. I am abandoned by God. In the time of grace, I'm still abandoned. And this is God showing me hell. I think I felt the same only 2 or 3 times in my life, and never in this age. I was 39, and I'm still 39. I thought, like, could this be a sign of spiritual life, or is it, like it shows me, spiritual death? I wasn't sure, because you can always think that feelings of grief and sadness for your sins, it's a sign of life, spiritual life. But here I felt like maybe this was not the case. So I was perplexed and very, very scared. But it happened more this night, and I will try to describe it. When I describe it, I think it will be much a quicker explanation, almost like Dante when he pictured hell. It's more interesting maybe. But what happened? Well, God turned on the light again, and I felt caressed and hugged, and I was in a very intimate relationship with God again. I felt His warmth and His forgiveness for these old sins, which I don't deserve, of course, forgiveness for, I think, but that's grace and that's God's mercy. So light came back. I didn't fall asleep, but I was like surrounded by this warm peace for the rest of, I mean, this time was much longer. If I was, so to speak, in hell for, I don't know, 15 minutes or I don't know how long, this feeling of peace, it endured the rest of the night, so to speak. And if this happened around 2 o'clock, maybe, I fell back asleep after 5 o'clock, and this peace lingered with me for the rest of the night, and I was in complete peace and felt God. He loved me. He showed me first something. I'm not sure why He did it. The reason why I tell it is to start some kind of conversation, because I'm very curious of what this means. People who have studied church history or theology, you could write and comment on this, and I will be happy to read and think about it. And the peace came, and I fell asleep around 5 o'clock in the morning, woke up maybe 9, and something also changed in my life. I won't go into detail about what changed, but the it happened also some kind of change. I shouldn't segregate anything. You don't need to get any own thoughts. It wasn't anything big, but my point is this question: what happened this night? What was it? It was one of the most terrifying nights I've had. I think it was also maybe one of 2 sleepless nights I had, which was like completely lack of sleep. Very, very strange night. It happened in August 2025, so 4 months ago maybe. So this is just a question. It's a testimony and a question, because I'm not 100% sure what really happened there. So tell me if you know. Give me some based thoughts, so to speak. Give me something which might explain what happened.